Yo, what's up guys, Zane here, welcome back to another video here. Today I'm doing the US Battle Simulator, all 50 states going against each other, only one will stand. You will see how this goes as we go throughout the video. So let's just go for the first one here. I'm going to be spinning a wheel. As you see, whatever state comes up is going to be on the attack. And we're going to start with South Carolina. So now we got to go look at what South Carolina borders. Alright, South Carolina borders North Carolina and Georgia. Now we're going to go to a second wheel and type in North Carolina and Georgia. Here we go. Who is going to be the first one to be attacked? It's going to be Georgia. So South Carolina is attacking Georgia. And now we spin this wheel to see if South Carolina is successful in its attack, which it is. And so now we have a big South Carolina. Now we're going to spin it again. Let's see who's the second state to attack. It looks to be California. Now California is a weird one because there's Hawaii and Alaska in the 50 states. Hawaii, I'm going to only allow to attack California. But California can attack Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, and Hawaii. So let's go see which one it chooses. Okay, here we go. 1 in 4 chance for it to be Hawaii, but it looks to be Oregon. Now, is California successful in its attack? Let's see. It is. California takes over Oregon. Now we have a bigger California. Maybe writing in black would be better. All right, here we go. The third state to attack. Who is it going to be? It looks to be New Jersey. All right, let's see who New Jersey is going to attack. All right, here we go. Which one is it going to attack? It's only fitting if it's going to be New York. Is New Jersey successful in the attempt of attacking New York? New Jersey fails. And in the case that a state fails in its attack, it just gets taken over by the state that it failed to attack. So now we got a bigger New York. All right, who's going to be the fourth state to attack? It's going to be Delaware. Let's go see who Delaware is attacking. I probably got both of the initials wrong, but here we go. It's going to attack Pennsylvania. Is it successful in its attacks? Let's see. Delaware, do you succeed? No, you do not. Huge L for Joe Biden. Okay, here we go. The next state to attack will be South Carolina again. Let's go see who it's going to attack. All right, 1 in 4 chance to be attacked by the South Carolinian Empire. Tennessee is under attack. Let's see, is South Carolina successful again in another attack? Just barely they are. South Carolina taking over yet another territory. Tennessee is gone. Here we go. The next state to attack is going to be New Mexico? It's New Mexico. Here's the weird part about New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and Arizona. Because of the 4 corners, New Mexico can attack Utah. Alright, unless I miss one, these are the only 5 that it borders, and it's gonna go for Colorado. Thank Lord that we do not have a weird looking border. Now, is New Mexico gonna be successful in their attempt to get Colorado? They are. Now we have a somewhat united New Mexico. Or somewhat united 4 corners, I should say. All right, here we go. The next state on the attack, on the offensive, is going to be almost California again, but it's Arkansas. Unless I am stupid, these are the only 6 options. It's going to go for Mississippi. That I definitely abbreviated Michigan instead of Mississippi. Mississippi's MS, isn't it? Yeah, it's MS. That's great. Either way, is Arkansas successful in its attack on Mississippi? It is not. This is what you get, Arkansas. For having a stupidly spelled name, you get eliminated by Mississippi. Not also stupidly spelled and stupidly pronounced, you know, both of them. Arkansas, you get taken over because of that reason alone. All right, here we go. The next state on the attack will be Michigan. All right, let's see. 1 in 3 chance to go against the mighty Michigan. It's going to be Indiana. Now, does Michigan beat Indiana is the question. It will. Or Indiana, but hey, the game is the game, and you get taken over by Michigan. Sadly, you can't live forever, and a lot of states are finding that out the hard way. Next state will be South Dakota. Does it go for its brother, or does it go for someone else? It goes for Montana. South Dakota versus Montana. And South Dakota wins that. Honestly, South Dakota winning that is not surprising, seeing as there's only like 5 people in the state of Montana. They clearly did not have the firepower to deal with the South Dakotans. That kind of looks like a shady S that was used in the 1940s, but we're going to allow it. All right, here we go. The next state to attack is going to be New Mexico again. All up for grabs. Who gets taken over or attacked in general? It's going to be Kansas. Now, can Kansas win? Let's see. It does not, because New Mexico is too powerful. Honestly, I've never met or seen a person from Kansas in my life. That's probably why they lost. They didn't have enough people. I'm definitely going to make someone mad because they're from that state, but I'm saying that no one lives there. Next state up is Kentucky. And honestly, if you live in any of the states that I'm making fun of for having no people, comment down below. Prove me wrong. South Carolina is getting attacked. Is Kentucky Fried Chicken better than having a lot of land? No, it is not. It's not at all. South Carolina now inheriting the chicken brand in its entirety. KFC is now South Carolina based. It's now South Carolina Fried Chicken. Now let's see who's going to be next. It's going to be Connecticut? It's Connecticut. Yeah, Connecticut's in a very boring spot, and I hope it doesn't choose Rhode Island. Thank you, it chooses Massachusetts. Alright, will John Cena be enough to beat Connecticut? It will not. Connecticut wins. Alright, here we go. The next one to attack, it looks like it's going to be Florida. It's going to be Florida. This is the moment of truth. South Carolina or Alabama. Let's see which one will be attacked. It's going to be South Carolina. Now, does Florida win is the question. Do they take down the mighty South Carolinian? No, they do not. They're too strong. Florida man could not get it done. South Carolina is really expanding on this map, while also not expanding if you really think about it. Who will be next on the attack on the offensive? It's going to be Hawaii, which I said can only attack California. So now does Hawaii win against California? We will see. It will not. California is too strong. You know, I would make a joke right now, but I think it's too soon to make a joke about Hawaii. So I'm just gonna fill it in and move on. Who will be next? Will it be someone we haven't seen before? It's going to be Mississippi, who owns Arkansas. Alright, 1 in 6 chance to go against the mighty South Carolinians, and almost they go after Missouri. Now, do Mississippi win here? They do, just barely. Also, if I give your state a bad color, don't blame me. I'm just working with what I got. Seems like Missouri is now going to be in misery, just hopefully, probably like the next state, Alaska. I don't know why I said hopefully. Alaska is the same case with Hawaii. The only state I'll allow it to attack is Washington, but we'll still spin the wheel. And it's going to be Washington. Alright, see, the wheel chose it, not me. You can't say anything about it. Now, will Alaska be successful in its attack on Washington? It will. Sorry, George, I know they named the state after you. But you had to lose to Alaska. Alright, and to not confuse myself, I'm going to write AK here for Alaska. So I know, without having to look at the bottom left, that that is part of Alaska. Alright, the next state up will be North Dakota. Alright, 50-50 chance to attack its sister here. And it will. A betrayal that South Dakota didn't do. They left North Dakota alone. Now the question is, will it backfire? Yes, it will. North Dakota falls to the south. Alright, down to the last 33 states. We're moving here. We're going to Nevada. Sorry. Alright, 1 in 3 chance to go against the mighty Californians. And they will. Does Nevada win, or did they gamble a little too much? And that's exactly what they did. They gambled a little too much. I would say go big or go home to make a gambling joke, but California really doesn't have many. California is big. It has 4 states, including its own, under control. Alright, the next one up will be, hopefully one we haven't seen before, and it will. It's going to be Virginia. Alright, here we go. 1 in 4 chance to go against the mighty South Carolinians, and that's exactly what will happen. Does Virginia finally defeat the unbeatable? And they do. A new powerhouse has emerged in the US. They are the Virgin Empire. Am I allowed to say that? I should be allowed to say that, right? They are the Virgin Empire. Virginia is now the strongest, sorry. With 6 states under its control, it is the strongest in the United States right now. You know, you really don't expect to see an upset like that, but today an upset happened. Will another one happen right afterwards? Who knows? Who is next, though? It's going to be Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, who already has Delaware under its control, is now going to go after Ohio. Does the Pencil Empire win? Yep, they do. 30 states left. Who is the next to go? Could it be Connecticut? Alright, let's see. Who are they going to take out? They're going to go for Vermont. Is it successful is the question. It is. Connecticut expands. Next state up to bat will be North Carolina, who is completely surrounded by Virginia. I wonder who they're gonna attack. Let's see, does North Carolina beat... Oh my. The Virgin Empire has fallen. Virginia is gone, no more. North Carolina just getting revenge for its sister. They saw what Virginia did and said that's not alright, and got revenge. A few turns later, but hey, revenge is still revenge in the end. Now we have a new powerful state. Only one Virginia left, and it's West Virginia. Will they avenge Virginia? They will not right now. It's going to be Pennsylvania. Who will the land of the pencils attack this time? It's going to be New York. Pencils, apples, they go hand in hand. Who will win? Who's the victor? It's going to be the Big Apple, New York. Well, the home of the Big Apple. There we go. That works better. This is the first state taking over a state who already has what you can call an empire. Before, it was just like states that have not done anything yet taking over states that have done anything. But now it's like actually, oh hey, this place owns a few states and this place owns a few states, and they go to war. Well, the land of the pencils is gone. Here we go. Who is next? It will be Alabama. Who will it go for here? It looks to be North Carolina. Does the land of that one crime I'm not gonna say when they do not? North Carolina is stronger. North Carolina basically has all of the southeast portion of the US. Who will be next on the chopping block? Who else but North Carolina? 6 different states border North Carolina, and they're gonna go for Michigan. Are the North Carolinians successful in their attempt? They are. Michigan Falls. They have legitimately trapped this entire part of the United States. They've been trapped in this one area. They have to go through North Carolina if they want to move west. I don't know if that's smart or if it's dumb. We'll see where it gets North Carolina in the future. Or whoever takes over North Carolina. 25 left. We're halfway done. Next up is Minnesota. Do they go after South Dakota? They will. Now, who's going to win? Is it going to be Minnesota? It will not be. Now, look at that. South Dakota, a major power on the top of the United States on the oh, Jesus Christ. A major power on the Canadian border. 24 left. The next one up on the chopping block will be New York. You know, New York really makes you wonder, where is Old York? Maybe it's in North Carolina, because that's where it's going. Will New York beat the powerful North Carolinians? They do. New York is now the biggest superpower. Next state up to bat will be Nebraska. All right, for a state that's done nothing, and 2 of the options also being states that have done nothing, it goes for New Mexico, a state that already claimed a few territories. Now, will Nebraska be successful in its attempt to attack New Mexico? It will. If I'm not mistaken, Lincoln was born in Nebraska, and it seems like his spirit still runs strong as they take down one of the more powerful states in this country right now. Up next will be West Virginia. All right, a 1 and 2 choice to go against the strong New York people, and they do. Now the question is, will it backfire or is it successful? It will backfire. When will we see states like Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Maryland, Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Louisiana, especially Texas, Oklahoma, Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, and Arizona, when will we see those states join in? Who knows? Will I have another voice crack like that? Again, who knows? The next state up to bat will be Connecticut. Also, I apologize in advance if the audio is bad. My AC is on, if you could hear it while I'm talking, and I'm moving in my chair a lot as well, so I apologize if the audio is bad. But the next state being attacked by Connecticut is New York. Now, will Connecticut continue its reign of terror? It will. And not only did it continue its reign of terror, it took over the biggest state in the United States. The entirety of the New York dynasty, you could say. Look at Connecticut. This horrible yellowish orange color dominating the entire eastern US. Not the entire, but you get the point. 20 states left. The next one up will be Arizona. Utah, a state that's done nothing, can go after Utah, another state that has also done nothing, but it goes for California. Arizona, the land of the hottest weather I've ever seen in the world, versus California, and California wins. Now, Arizona, this is what you get for making us wait all this time. You sit there doing nothing for however long in this game, you get a top 20 position, and then you just lose to California. You kind of deserve that. Alright, the next state up, looking to be Mississippi? No, it's going to be Maryland. Wow, that's a lot of options for Maryland. Now, is Maryland successful in its forced attack against Connecticut? It will be. Now that Maryland has taken over, I'm sure a lot of people will be married throughout the entire of the land. Was it a bad joke? Yes. Do I care? No. Here we go. The next state, Mississippi. 1 in 7 chance to go against the mighty Maryland, and it will go for Nebraska. Is Mississippi successful in its attack? It will be. Mississippi now owning a lot of central US, while Maryland owns a lot of the eastern US, while while California owns a lot of western US, and South Dakota owns a lot of northern US. Let's see, will we get a state we have not seen before? We will. Wisconsin. Who will Wisconsin attack? It looks to be Maryland. Will Wisconsin, the Cheeseheads, be able to take over Maryland? No, they will not. Who will be next? New Hampshire? It will be New Hampshire. And it's going for Maryland. Is New Hampshire successful in an attack against Maryland? No, just like Wisconsin, they fall too. They now have New Hampshire under its belt. Only Rhode Island surviving, and Maine in the east. Will they hold on for longer? Who knows? The next state, top 15. Next state will be Rhode Island. Speak of it, and you shall receive it. Rhode Island has one choice, but hey, you know, we're gonna give it a chance. Let's see, do you go after Maryland? Right on the dot almost, you go after Maryland. Is Rhode Island, a small little state, successful? And that is a huge shocker here. I am sorry to anyone that's from Maryland, but I am excited for anyone that is from Rhode Island, because you take down the biggest state in the US and the biggest power, and now take over all of the influence it had. Rhode Island now is the biggest state. From literally like the littlest state, the smallest state in the country, to now being the biggest. What a huge change of events. And it's right back up to bat. Now actually having a choice between 5, it will go after Maine. Can it complete what the others before it couldn't? It will not. Sorry for everyone from Rhode Island. You guys finally come up. You finally are not the smallest, and you lose in your first battle. You got a little too ahead of yourself. You wanted to go right after getting all the land. You're like, oh, I'm the big dog, I could do whatever I want, and then Maine brought you right back to reality, and now Maine is the biggest state. You know, this is really funny because I did 2 tests of this, and in the first one, Maine won. Next up to bat is California. Now the question is, will Maine win again, just like in the first test I did? Who knows? Up next is Alaska being attacked by California. Will California unite the entire West Coast? It will not. Alaska now owning all of the West Coast. Maine owning all of the East Coast. South Dakota having a huge northern presence. And Mississippi having a huge central presence. Who will be the next to either go up in flames or go for glory? That state in question will be Mississippi. Bordering 10 of the other 11 states left, it will go after Iowa. Will Mississippi be successful in its attack? It just barely is. Sorry, Iowa, you almost made the top 10. Almost doesn't cut it here. I've almost been recording for an hour, and we're still not done. But the next state is South Dakota. Alright, here we go. South Dakota is going to attack Idaho. South Dakota, will they be successful? They will be. South Dakota, really, really strong here. Attacked Montana, didn't lose. Got attacked by North Dakota, didn't lose. attacked Minnesota, or was attacked either way, and didn't lose, and now attacks Idaho and still doesn't lose. Will this winning streak continue, or will it pass? Who knows? But South Dakota has expanded its presence on the top, just like Mississippi expanded its presence in the center. South Dakota picking up the land of the potatoes. We are down to 10. The next one up will be Texas. It's finally arrived. Texas, you know what they say about Texas? Don't mess with Texas. And it's going to go for Oklahoma. Alright, here we go. Will Texas be... It's not. Okay, Oklahoma wins. Texas, you take that long to do anything, then you go for Oklahoma, and you lose. There's no way you're going to take that long to get into a game and just lose. Come on, Texas, I thought you had more than that. You know what? Sorry, Oklahomans. How would you call somebody from Oklahoma? I don't know. But you're going to get that color because of how bad Texas's performance was. Next one is Oklahoma. Alright, let's see. Will it go against the mighty Mississippi or Louisiana? It's going for the mighty Mississippi. And is it successful? It is. Mississippi has fallen. 8 left. The next one up to bat will be Wyoming. Honestly, who lives in Wyoming? I have no clue. They're going against the Mormons. Alright, the people that aren't even there, or the Mormons. Who wins? It will be the Mormons. You know, maybe if you actually had people living there, you would have won. Only 2 states on the map have not done a damn thing this entire time. Illinois and Louisiana. I am almost going to force them to do something. Oh, good. Illinois is going up. Finally, something happens. They're going against a huge empire either way and might as well go for Oklahoma, not the strongest. You go for the second strongest. Is Illinois successful in its attempt? It is. And honestly, because I want this to look like red versus yellow, mustard versus ketchup, I'm going to change the color of Oklahoma. Even though now it's Illinois, so I'm going to change the color of Illinois. Here we go. Illinois has arrived on the scene. Only one state hasn't done anything, and it's surrounded by Illinois, so Oklahoma is gone. We're down to 6. The next one up is going to be Louisiana. Let's just go right to the yes-no wheel. Will Louisiana beat Illinois? The answer is yes. Every state is now a color. We have the Mormons, we have the South Dakotans, we have the Alaskans, we have the French, and we have Maine. Yeah, that's right, Maine doesn't get a name. I couldn't think of anything. We're down to the last 5 states. It's been over an hour. Who is going to be the victor out of these 5 states? Put your prediction down in the comments, or just say it in your head if you want. Utah is up next. The Mormons, they have the least territory out of everyone, but they have the most heart, I think. Louisiana is going to be attacked. Is the Mormons successful in attacking the French? They just barely are. Down to the last 4 states, it's getting really interesting now. The Central Power, the Eastern Power, the Northern Power, or the West Power. Who wins? Here we go. The next state up to bat will be Maine? No, it's going to be Alaska. Now, Alaska borders both South Dakota and Utah. Who will be the next attacked by Alaska? It will be Utah. The Alaskans versus the Mormons. And the Alaskans win. 3 states left, and they all border each other. Anything goes. Last 3. The next up to attack will be Alaska. Again, it is bloodthirsty. It must be the cold and the like 6 months periods of no sun. And also no nighttime either. I think that happens there too. It will go after Maine. Like the biggest versus the second biggest here. And Alaska loses. Alright, here we go. The last 2. Maine or South Dakota. Will it be the upset, the underdog, or will it be Goliath? This is David versus Goliath right now. Alright, who is on the attack? Will it be Maine or will it be South Dakota? It will be South Dakota. South Dakota on the attack. Is it successful? Is the question, and it's not. Goliath wins. Maine, just like in my first test of this, wins. The winner of the second test, by the way, was Wisconsin, if I didn't say that out loud already. The winner is Maine. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, and also put down in the comments below if your state, Maine, won, or if you were eliminated first or something. I'm going to try to continue this series, but until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Zaina, peace out. See you guys.